It was a blistering July day in Willow Creek, a quiet cul-de-sac where manicured lawns and whispered gossip defined life. The air was thick, tempers frayed, and then came the sound, sharp, urgent, slicing through the afternoon haze, an ambulance siren. Lights flashed, dogs barked, and curtains twitched. But the ambulance didn't glide through. It stopped dead, blocked by a black Mercedes SUV parked defiantly across the road. Standing before it was Linda Harper, the iron-fisted HOA president, arms crossed, face twisted with righteous fury. "I know my rights!" she bellowed. The EMT leapt out, sweat-soaked and desperate. "Ma'am, move your vehicle!" "We're responding to a heart attack 4 houses down." Linda didn't budge. "This is private property. No vehicle enters without HOA approval. Rules are rules." The siren wailed, the horn blared, but Linda stood like a general guarding a fortress. "If we let chaos in, this community falls apart," she snapped, waving her clipboard like a scepter. The EMT's voice cracked. "A man's dying!" Linda's eyes didn't flinch. "Take it up at the next meeting." Every window on Willow Creek bore witness. From porches, garages, and second-story blinds, neighbors watched in horror as Linda blocked life-saving care over a rule she'd invented. A child asked, "Why's the ambulance stopped, Dad?" His father's jaw clenched. "Because she's a tyrant, son." Across the street, John Carver, a 67-year-old retired firefighter and Vietnam vet, sat on his porch, his cane idle. He'd spent decades saving lives, running into flames while others fled. Now, he watched a woman with a clipboard gamble with death. His grip tightened. Something snapped inside him. The ambulance retreated, rerouting around the block, a 7-minute delay. 7 minutes that could mean life or death. Linda climbed into her SUV, smirked, and drove off, oblivious to the camera's recording, the neighbors seething, and John's resolve hardening. That night, she posted on the community's Facebook group, "Unauthorized vehicle access was attempted today. HOA rules require pre-approval for emergency services. Order must prevail." No likes. Just one comment, "You blocked an ambulance, Linda." The silence of Willow Creek began to crack. John didn't sleep. He sat at his dining table, laptop glowing, typing a name he hadn't contacted in years, Anita Morales, federal auditor. He whispered, "She's gone too far." The man in the ambulance, Tom Reynolds, was his friend of 25 years, a widower who shared beers and garden tomatoes. Tom flatlined that day, revived only by a miracle in the ambulance's back. "He died in my yard," John later said, rage simmering. Linda's smug voice echoed in his mind, "I know my rights." John avoided HOA drama for years. Mailbox heights and grass lengths were beneath him after a life of real emergencies. But this was personal. He dug out an old business card from a drawer, Anita Morales, Division of Community Compliance. "If you see corruption, speak," he called her. Then he went door to door asking neighbors, "Has she ever hurt you?" Stories poured out. Mrs. Ellis, fined $200 for a Halloween wreath left up too long. The Chen family, warned for flying a cultural flag during Tet. A widow, fined for disrespectful grass while at her husband's funeral. Each tale fueled John's fire. 2 weeks later, John sat in his garage, a whiteboard mapping Linda's abuses. Her name was circled in red, arrows linking to fines, threats, and fraud. His phone buzzed. "Heard about your street." "I'm listening." "Anita M." John smiled. The next day, he passed Linda at the mailboxes, where she berated a teen for a sticker on his bike. She flashed a fake grin. "John, hope your friend's better." He stared coldly. "Better than you'll be soon." Her smile vanished. Operation Fire Ant was born, not for revenge, but justice. Fire ants are small, unnoticed, but swarmed to topple giants. John started with the HOA records, demanding financials by certified mail. Linda stalled, but delivered a moldy folder stuffed with dubious invoices. $15,000 for pool maintenance, the pool was closed all year. $4,000 for aesthetic enforcement. $10,000 for non-existent wellness events. Vendors like LH Solutions didn't exist online. John cross-checked addresses, finding P.O. boxes tied to Linda's relatives. Then came the bombshell. A former HOA board member, Sarah, leaked old emails, including a 2021 thread with a Dropbox link, Pool Asset Archive, internal use only. Linda hadn't revoked access. John clicked. Hundreds of photos loaded, most mundane, but one folder, July 2023 private, revealed Linda's secret. Professional nude photos, taken at the community pool during work hours, timestamps glaring, 1:47 p.m., 3:02 p.m. She posed with wine, smug and untouchable, funded by HOA dues. John's stomach turned. This wasn't just greed, it was arrogance weaponized. He downloaded everything, backed it up on a secure drive, printed copies, and burned a DVD. Evidence secured, he called Anita. "You'll want to sit down," he said. She flew in with a team, meeting John at a diner far from Willow Creek. They reviewed the files, photos, financials, affidavits from 20 neighbors. "This is theft," Anita said. "Fraud," her colleague added. "If those vendors are hers, it's federal." John leaned back. "She made the rules. Now she lives by them." Linda's downfall began quietly. A federal form requested vendor details. She forged receipts, unaware of the news tightening. A second letter demanded 2023 event records. She panicked, calling a board meeting, only 2 attended. "They're harassing me!" she barked. One member resigned on the spot. Anita traced vendors to Linda's sister-in-law and a P.O. box in her maiden name. Sloppy. Obvious. Then the FBI knocked, showing a nude photo. "Who took this?" they asked. Linda froze. "What pool?" Rumors exploded. Leaked financials showed $15,000 paid to ghost companies. Linda's email, defamation in the age of misinformation, claimed deep fakes, but no one bought it. At a Monday HOA meeting, Linda stood at her podium, a federal agent beside her. John rose. "I motion for her immediate removal." Hands shot up. Even her last ally stayed silent. Linda's voice broke. "You can't!" But they could. She was done. The reckoning came at a neighborhood unity barbecue John hosted. Linda arrived late, clipboard in hand, oblivious to the trap. She nitpicked trash bins, unaware of the projector warming up. John took the mic. "Transparency matters," he said, clicking to a slide, HOA Financials 2023. Murmurs grew. Slide 2, Vendor Inconsistencies. Slide 3, the Dropbox link. Then, the bomb, Linda, nude on a pool float, timestamped midweek. The crowd gasped. A plate crashed. Linda screamed, "This is illegal!" John's voice was steel. "You shared the link. You used our money. This is accountability." She lunged for the projector, but neighbors blocked her. "I built this place," she hissed. "You made it a prison," John said. A vote was called. Hands rose. Linda was ousted, squeezing through the crowd to her car, alone. The music resumed, laughter returned, and Willow Creek exhaled. Kids were asked to use the pool. John sat with ribs and a beer, watching dignity return. Linda's hearing was stark, in a drab municipal room. She claimed innocence, calling the photos a mistake. John's statement was simple. She turned our street into a surveillance state. She fined widows, scared kids, and nearly killed my friend. The prosecutor added charges: fraud, tax evasion, and obstruction of emergency services. Linda faced $250,000 in fines, a lifetime HOA ban, and federal supervision. Her power evaporated. Willow Creek transformed. Fences were repainted, lawn chairs dotted porches, and kids biked freely. Mrs. Larson's garden gnome returned, a solar light guarding it. A pool party erupted, with a sign, "No nude tyrants allowed." Laughter replaced fear. John, now HOA chair, erased Karen's fines, opened the pool, and held porch talks. A memorial bench honored those silenced, inscribed, "For those who spoke." Was John's public shaming of Linda justice or revenge? Did exposing her photos cross a line, or was it the only way to break her grip? Share your thoughts below. Tell us, where's the line between accountability and humiliation in a community fight? Like, subscribe, and let's keep the debate alive.